All right, folks, how you doing? WrestleTrueResults303.com. Check out the website. Link in the description box. Mind, body, spirit, fitness. Putting the healing back in health. Coming at you today with a video on stress and how we need stress in our life to grow, right? Whether it be with loved ones, whatever self-improvement journey we have with God, whatever the case may be, we need stress in our life. Now, of course, there can be too much stress, and that's not what we want. Too much stress is a bad thing. It can definitely break you down, tear you down, and leave you feeling battered and broken, right? But we need a little bit of stress. And how can we visualize this in other areas of our life, right? In order for us to grow physically, get some muscle on us, right? We're in the gym, which is a part of this channel. If you're new to it, check it out. I got a fitness and exercise category as well. So, in order to see great results, to build muscle, we have to be stressed, right? That's how you know you've had a great workout, or at least a decent workout. You'll feel a little sore the next day. Now, of course, we don't want to be too sore to where we can't move, right? But we need that little bit of stress. The body has to feel the tension of weight on it. And once we have that little bit of stress, the body grows and adapts and becomes stronger, right? That's a great thing. That stress has made you stronger. Same thing with women. Osteoporosis is a big issue for females. And weight training is a great way to help with osteoporosis. We stress the bones. If you're lifting, if you're jumping, if you're running, that puts stress on the bones. And now the bones say, hey, I'm being stressed. I need to grow stronger so I don't break, right? Bone mineral density is what they call it. The bone mineral density has to become stronger. So that's what the body does. It lays down more bone, and now your bones are stronger, ready for the stress that it's already known has come. And now it's ready for future stress, right? That's what we need. Same thing if you are dieting, right? You have to go through that stress of not eating a bunch of crap, right? When you're angry, because maybe emotional eating, right? We get upset, so we eat. Makes you feel better, right? But now that we're on this diet, we're trying to get control of our lives. We have to find other ways to overcome the stress in our lives from not eating, right? And then it's going to create more stress because now the body's like, I'm used to eating when I'm hungry. What do I do now? Right? So yes, and then once you go on this diet, of course, it's because you've been consuming too many calories. So now the body's rumbling and grumbling and you can't eat, right? Because before you were in a calorie surplus, now you're trying to bring the calories down, restrict, which is stressful. And now you will see some weight loss, right? But you have to stress yourself a little bit. Same thing with if you're an athlete, right? When it comes down to it, you've got to be able to perform in crunch time during those stressful moments. And then once you become stronger and better and more confident, those stressful times are no longer stressful because you've been able to overcome it, because you've been there. You've had to go through these stressful periods of time and you have overcome them. Same thing with public speaking. I have a video on public speaking, and a great example is I've been doing a lot of these videos, right? And it's helpful. One of my first suggestions for someone that has a fear of public speaking is just to speak in general, right? Because almost it's like you're afraid of your own voice. You don't want to hear your own voice. So if you're a person that doesn't talk much, the worst thing to do is for you to stand up in public and talk to somebody, right? So for me, I do these videos. It gives me a little bit of motivation, a little bit of encouragement. I gave a best man speech at my cousin's wedding. I wasn't the best man, but I gave the speech. And it worked, it was terrifying, but it was good for me. I've joined the Knights of Columbus. Now they have given me, since I've come up with some ideas on how to further our council, whether it be through fundraising or just being better Catholic men, I've been given the position of director activity coordinator, something like that. So now I actually have to talk in front of these men. There's only 10 of them, but it's something that I have to do. I have to speak in front of them. So it helps me, but I have to take the steps. And these are people around me saying, hey, we're going to push you into this spot. Now it's like, oh, it's stressful. It's crunch time. I got to get going. And it has been helping because we had a second, third degree initiation. And I went up and I told the guys, hey, remember, I set up the Avalanche game for all nights for the entire state of Colorado. Can you please mention it at the end? So we're sitting there. And I didn't think anything of it. I didn't even know when they were going to make the announcement. All of a sudden, the guy says, there's supposed to be an announcement about the Avalanche game. And I'm just sitting there nice and quiet. And all of a sudden, nobody's talking. I'm like, oh, crap, I guess that's me. And I just blurted it out. I gave like a minute and a half speech in front of 70, 60 people about attending this Avalanche game. But I've slowly been stressing myself and getting there. Same thing, when you get the butterflies in your stomach, we've got to learn to harness this stress and use it for good. The nervousness in your body is not a negative thing. This is your body's way of, this is energy. Yes, right now, to you, it seems like a negative energy, something bad, but we've got to learn to harness it and use it for good, right? Use it for good. How can you do that? And of course, the first few attempts of trying anything, that stress is going to get the best of you. And you're probably going to waste a good opportunity or fumble the ball, but that's all right. At least you gave it a shot. It's the same thing with love, right? In relationships, you have to go through those growing pains sometimes. But you have to be willing to learn from them. You can't just say, we argued about it, and you can't be passive aggressive. That's how I was with a few of my past relationships. Where we get upset, we'd get in an argument, I'd just be quiet, wouldn't talk for a day or two, maybe 3, and then all of a sudden, I'd start talking to my girlfriend at the time, and she would always tell me, it's strange. You just get upset, you won't talk to me for 2-3 days, and then you're back at it like everything's okay. And then I would just always say, well, you know why I'm angry, and you just keep doing it. But maybe she didn't know because I wasn't expressing it, right? So instead of using that stress and that anger in a proper way, of actually being able to communicate better, which probably would have helped in the relationship, it ended up going in our separate ways. But how can you use stress in your life to better yourself? Same thing, I've talked about the lost art of spirituality, and that's fasting, right? You're stressing the body, even for health, right? Not eating kind of stresses the body, but it gives your body the ability to do all these other great things of healing itself. So there are many ways that we can use stress to our advantage. The question is, are you using it to your advantage? You got to remember, we always see things in a negative way. Oh, my stomach's getting nervous, man. Oh, I don't know if I can do it. No, you harness that nervous energy, that supposedly negative energy, and use it to your advantage. That's what we've got to understand. You got to step back and look at the big picture and say, how can I use this to my advantage? Right now, it seems like a disadvantage, but think of it in a positive way. How can you manipulate it to help you and do it? All right, so I hope that helps. Subscribe to the channel, share and like these videos.